Yo, what up, YouTube? Today, gonna get some work done on the Z. Not sure if we'll get it started or not, but we're definitely gonna try and get this coolant swirl pot put on to finish off the cooling system. This unit is from GKtech, and yeah, just gonna try and get this in today. I have spent a bit of time trying to figure out how it was mounted in there, and well, I figured it out. It was a pain in the butt, but hopefully it's not a pain in the butt if you guys watch this video. I've gone ahead and put thread sealer on both of the nipples here. Even this one you can't really see. Yeah, it's on there. And we're about ready to start assembling this. I do have my old hoses here. I do have new hoses upstairs, so I'm debating on if I'm going to be using these or the new ones. Probably just going to go with the new ones, to be honest. But once I start getting some stuff together, I'm going to show you guys how this gets put together. First thing though would be to get this mounted on the lower radiator hose here, like probably like that. You know, so that the air, you're gonna try and get this to be as low as it can be. And then that is gonna connect to here. Got a bunch of hose, I'm assuming we have extra. And yeah, we'll get to it. And just wanna get a quick clip here. I had to trim this cowl back a little bit, and I'm going to show you how that gets in there. It's really, really tight in here. So you're kind of just gonna, let's see if I can actually get the light down there. So it's very tight. But that is just going to get shoved down. You know, get it down there. And then once you get it right about here with the cowl trimmed and stuff, you can get those holes lined up. So this is going to mount straight to this cowling here, and then that actually does leave room for all of these hoses. At first when I got this, I thought there wasn't enough room, but there is. You just gotta make some clearance back here. But yeah, we'll get to routing the hoses and whatnot. And I'd figured out update you guys with this. I'm testing this again today, but it's been holding a vacuum for over an hour now, the condenser, if you guys were worried about it. Basically you just, you know, use a manifold gauge set to figure that out. Basically you pull a vacuum on the system, you know, open those up, open these up, pull a vacuum on the system, turn that on, wait like 10 minutes, and then close off both of these. And as long as this holds a negative like 10 for like a while, if it holds negative 10 or more, it should be good. So awesome. All right, and well, I just got my coolant temp sensor mounted onto the new hose. As well, there is from GK, you got to get this in the lower radiator hose. I saw it in their photo, they say to put it in the most point you can get it, so that's as low as I can get it. However, on their website I saw it in this orientation with the nipple facing out that way. I don't think it matters, but just get it as low as possible. Make sure there's enough on this side to attach to the radiator, and you should be good to go. So now we can get this in the car, I think, and we'll start routing some hoses around. All right, guys. So I got the lower radiator hose on. I've got that piece down there. This hose is coming up underneath the intake, and it's kind of like sneaking its way on past the AC line there. And then if I pull this up, yeah, so I just kind of got this loosely routed right now, going towards the back of the motor, because that's where it needs to attach to the bottom of this Johnny. So I'm just gonna cut this to length, get that all mounted and put in, probably get this mounted up, and then we'll start routing everything else. All right, so show you guys what I got going on here. I already showed you the lower radiator hose. Got this zip tied on a AC line that's going all the way to the bottom nipple on this Johnny. We got this middle hose is going to the radiator cap. We put a blank on here. The kit comes with a blank that you put on here, and then you put your radiator cap on that. Okay, so we got that. This other hose, once I get it mounted, will get routed up towards the overflow bottle. And right now, what I'm working on is getting this nipple sorted. We got to get that hose there. We put a little nipple in and replace the plastic Johnny in there that tends to break, and we'll route it to there. So right now, what I'm probably gonna do, I got a lot of extra hose. I'm gonna just kind of figure out about how much I need extra, cut it so then I can get that done. All right, so those two clamps, gotta get to these, undo them, and then we're gonna put in this new nipple here, route that hose to that right there. I'm not gonna record this, it's gonna be a bit of a bitch. All right, I've been battling this thing for a minute. But as you can see, maybe you can't because of autofocus, hold on. Yeah, that clamp broke. So I have been trying to get it off of the heater hose, or heater core, for quite a while. And that's off now. On this side, I'm just need to be able to cut this clamp off the rest of it because, well, it broke. So, but yeah, gotta get that hose off of that little plastic coupler. Wow, what an unnecessary pain in the butt that was to get that off. Absolutely ridiculous. But it is off, at least. So now I gotta get this clamp off. And then I can double check that this hose is good. I think it's good. Holy crap, dude. It was a pain in the butt. I am not gonna lie. If you guys are doing this job, be prepared for that to be a royal pain in the ass. One of the clips broke. Like, this tab broke off on me right here, so I couldn't even, like, it was really annoying. It's really annoying, but it didn't actually damage the there it is. I didn't really damage the hose, as you can see right there. Not too bad. That is a pain, but now we can get that little piece in there. I'm debating on replacing these clamps. Yeah, not reusing those. Those are a pain to work with, and if they fail again, I'm good. But I do have new clamps on the hoses. I couldn't get to the clamp that goes to the block, but that is done. Now I just got to run the little coolant hose to the bottle, and the coolant swirl pot install should be done. And just got the reservoir in there. Okay, and got this routed to my overflow tank. I did paint it black. There's a little window there. Probably gonna go to matte black with that one. But yeah, Got the coolant swirl pot all plumbed up and good to go. That was a big old pain in the butt, not gonna lie. So if you just be prepared for a pain in the ass. So after that, I'm gonna need to trim my engine cover a little bit to clearance these hoses, and then yeah, good with the coolant swirl pot. All right, just wanted to show you guys the notch I needed to cut to get my engine cover to fit over the hose there. Just gonna slap that on, call it good. All right, and we are all installed with the coolant swirl pot. Figure I'll kind of walk you guys through again. We got that lower radiator hose going all the way up. That's going to the bottom of the swirl pot. And then the lower nipple on here is going out and around to here, to this highest point. So we have the highest and lowest points connected. And now instead of the overflow coming from here, it's coming from here, going into the overflow bottle, and we have this capped off with a blank because this is no longer the highest point in the system. All right, and put your cap on this. I actually bought a new cap just because I wanted matchy. So basically what is happening is we have the lowest point and the highest point connected. The lowest point is going to be getting sucked down through, and everything else from the highest point that gets put into this swirl pot at an angle. So basically it's going to form a vortex going down, and it's going to end up drawing up any air bubbles to the top of the system. So this keeps the coolant bled at all times. This is going to basically drop temps down quite a bit. I'm not sure though exactly how much, because I am going to go with a new radiator, of course. But yeah, that is the coolant swirl pot installed. That would be it for the coolant swirl pot video. If you want to see me get the car started, that's going to be in the next video. I believe I'm going to attach that on the end of the gallery gasket video. So timeline's going to be jumping around a little bit. If you guys have been following around the last couple days, I've put up, me putting in the radiator and stuff like that. So yeah, just want to make sure that this car starts before I post my gallery gasket video. Make sure everything's good to go, because I am not a mechanic. I'm confident in the job I did and stuff, but it's going to be a how I did it video, not a how to do it video. I will link a video series down below to follow, the one I followed anyways. But yeah, with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a nice night, day, wherever you are. Peace out.